Public speaking can be really challenging, but what's even more challenging is preparing for it. And sometimes the nerves hit you not when you're on the stage, but in the days and weeks building up to your big presentation. And this is exactly the problem that Arya Sachu had. And I was reading a post. Well, let's see what Arya has to say. How should I deal with nervousness in the days leading up to my speech? I feel like I'm more scared the days before the speech than I am during the speech itself. All I can really do to fight off the fear is to keep practicing, but it's not like I can be practicing 24/7. What should I do? Well, this is a great question, and it's a big problem because practicing is exactly what you should be doing. Most people that get nervous are nervous because they're just not prepared enough. So the more you prepare, the better you'll feel. But of course, you can't be preparing all the time. So what should you do? Well, it actually comes down to two important things. If you want to reassure yourself that you're practicing enough without overdoing it, but also you want to let your nervous body know, hey, it's okay. I've practiced enough for today. I can't practice 24/7. So we're actually going to do this in two phases, two different techniques that you can use at the same time. And what I like to recommend for most beginner public speakers is what I call the 5x5 rule, which is practice your talk 5 times a day for 5 days. So really simple, 25 times to rehearse, 5 times a day for 5 days. If you rehearse for more than 5 times in a day, your brain is going to start to go fuzzy. It's going to start stressing you out. So what I would recommend is, if you're really going for it, find 5 little intervals in the day. You can do a couple in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, a couple in the evening, but spread it out throughout the day so that you're practicing 5 times. Now, the first day that you do it, of your 5 days, it's going to go a little bit wrong. It's going to be a little bit rough around the edges, but pretty soon you'll start to smooth out your presentation. And by the 5th day and the 25th time, well, it will be practically boring. You'll be fed up of hearing yourself give your presentation so many times. And the truth is, you want to get to a place where your speech feels boring, at least to you, because then it means that there's nothing unexpected that's going to jump out at you. Remember, your talk will still sound perfectly fresh to everyone in your audience that's listening to it, but for you, you should be so comfortable with it that you know it sort of inside out and backwards. And when you're starting to think, really, 25 times, that seems like a lot. Well, it is. It's not just 25 times to get better, but it's 25 times to get comfortable with it. But here's the thing. What happens if you're practicing your 5 times a day for 5 days, but then you're still feeling nervous? Well, what I recommend that you do is, for each day, take 5 different objects. It could be 5 marbles, it could be 5 stones, it could be 5 candies, whatever it is that sparks joy and is fun for you. And for each day, up until your presentation, put 25 of these little objects in a row. And on your first day, you practice the first time, you eat 1 candy. The second time, eat 2 candies. The third time, eat 3 candies. 4th, 5th, and so on, so that every day you've eaten 5 candies, or you've taken 5 marbles, or taken 5 stones, whatever it is, and then walk around with those marbles in your pocket, with those stones in your hand, with those candies in your mouth, and tell yourself, okay, that's it. 5 is my limit for each day. And what that will allow you to do is it will allow your brain to really associate with these physical objects, whether they're sweets, whether they're objects, whether they're Lego bricks, whatever it is that you've got laying around. Make sure it's some fun object that you can grab, that you can put in your pocket, that you can take with you. And you can look down at your table and you can say, oh, I've done my rehearsal for today. I've taken all 5 of the objects off of the table with me. I don't need to rehearse anymore, but first thing tomorrow morning, I can start on my next row of 5. If you combine these two techniques of practicing 5 times for 5 days, and along with taking 5 objects for 5 days every time you practice, it's going to reassure you. And there's going to be a lovely little link that you're going to associate between those objects and every time that you rehearse. So whether it's little bars of chocolate, little candies, whatever it is, whatever makes you happy, it's going to make you feel good about rehearsing 25 times. That should be enough, and it should get you through. But as always, you're perfectly welcome to take these ideas and modify them if you think you need a bit more or a bit less, a bit longer, a bit shorter, whatever works for you. But this is a good place to start. And another good place to start is if you want to improve your public speaking, please consider subscribing to this channel so that you can get more information just like this, and I can reach more people and help even more people become better public speakers, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. See you next time.